Welcome back, Space Cadets. I'm your host, President of the United Space, and you're watching Echoes, Episode 3. This episode is being recorded during Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, which technically lasts more than a day. Either way, this is a celebration and observation of those we've lost. Okay, so I thought we could focus on Kobe Bryant in today's video, who we lost in a tragic accident along with his daughter Gianna and 7 others: John, Carrie, Alyssa, Christina, Sarah, Peyton, and Ara. Okay, but like I said, we'll be focusing on Kobe Bryant in this video. But before we start, I'd like to show my respect with a moment of silence, starting now. Okay, in this video we're going to be taking a look at what is known as a solar return chart. And this says the solar return chart is an astrology chart that's calculated for the exact moment the sun returns to its natal or birth position. It is said to be an excellent tool to help you assess and predict the themes that will arise for you during your next solar year. That is the 12 months that happen from one birthday to the next. However, when they say birthday, again, they're talking about when the sun returns to the exact position it was the time that you were born. So the solar return chart may not land exactly on your birthday. It could be a day before or after. For example, whenever there's a leap year, my solar return lands on a leap year, although I wasn't born on a leap year. It just happens to calculate that way for me. And I also don't, me personally, I don't generally use these things for prediction. I find that there are too many variables. So I use this as more of a tool for hindsight, just to see if there were certain events that occurred, is there any correlation to the year that they occurred in? Okay, so some people may use it for prediction. I personally don't. Just to refresh your memory on one of the things we talked about in a previous video, the 90-degree aspect, which is known as a square. And I mentioned that this could cause tension, although that's not necessarily good or bad. So what we see here are warning signs that you'd find on the side of the road. This one says road work ahead. This one is notifying you of a traffic signal ahead. This one's a pedestrian crossing sign. So these are to notify you of road conditions and to help you be aware so that you don't get into an accident. Okay, so these are actually helpful. Another symbol which has this sort of 90-degree aspect going on is a symbol that you'd find for hospitals or, for a medical emergency. These are on the sides of an ambulance, for example. So, those are times of tension when you have a medical emergency. Although, hospitals are there to help us at these times, when there's an emergency. Same thing with an ambulance. They're there to assist us, to, aid us in those times. Another symbol which has this, kind of configuration is, these hazard signs, whether it's a health hazard, fire hazard, chemical reaction hazard, or other specific hazards, such as poison, right? These will come in this sort of diamond-shaped sign. So again, these can be things that can cause tension. However, these signs are there to help warn us, so that something bad doesn't occur. Over here we have, this is an emoji that signifies anger, I guess. So this is, when a person maybe is feeling a bit tense. Anger is a secondary emotion that is derived from, other primary emotions. One example would be fear, right? So this is just, I guess, to let people know that, hey, this person's feeling a bit tense. And then there are things in nature. This table salt has this sort of natural composition of these 90-degree angles. Here's a salt crystal, which kind of has this pyramid shape to it. This molten salt, sea salt, is it has that kind of structure to it, this pyramid shape. Let me see if I can find a better example. Here's one in somebody's hand. It's got this pyramid look to it. But again, the 90 degrees all around the sides. And salt is one of the primary causes of hypertension if you've got a diet high in salt. So that can cause hypertension. Again, we see that tension. So, one of the things that is common with all these scenarios, these different symbols, these signs, is tension, right? So in the first chart that we'll be looking at, I added the asteroids Kobe, Sikorsky, which is the type of helicopter that he was in during the crash, asteroid Graves, and Angel. Angel I added for a couple reasons. I was trying to look for an asteroid that would denote location. So since there was no asteroid Calabasas and there was no asteroid Los Angeles, which is the county that Calabasas is in, the next closest thing would be asteroid Angel, which Los Angeles is known as the City of Angels. So I also added Angel due to the fact that many of the murals that people have created have this sort of, angelic appearance. This is a really nice one here. I like this one. This is really cool. So, yeah, that was the second reason why I used asteroid Angel. Also, Vertex. This is a calculated point in a chart. The significance of Vertex is that it's considered one of those points in our charts signaling events that happen to us through no effort or will of our own. So, occurrences we can't control. All right. Now, if we look at the chart, you'll notice Kobe over here is 90 degrees from Sikorsky, which is 90 degrees from Graves and Vertex, and again 90 degrees from Angel. Well, roughly, within, give or take a degree or so. So this is what is known as a grand cross, this configuration here, when you got all 4 points in roughly 90-degree aspect of each other. And I just thought that was really quite striking. This is a solar return for the last birthday that he was alive for. And I used Calabasas as a reference point. So, yeah, I just thought that was really quite striking, that configuration there. And I remember when I first heard the news, the image that came to my mind was of this sculpture, the Pietà by Michelangelo. Pietà meaning compassion. And Kobe had actually, both him and his daughter had stopped by their local church, Our Lady Queen of Angels Catholic Church, before the accident. So I drew up a chart adding these asteroids here. Mombasa, that was the closest I could find to his nickname, which in the chart, actually, you'll see it only shows the first 5 letters, so Momba. I added Bless, Queens, Church, St. Mary's, Melancholia, and Pietà. Melancholia, it's Latin, meaning gloom or melancholy. So as you can see, this is Latin, melancholy. Common causes, one of which are loss of a loved one. So you can see in the chart over here we have St. Mary's aspecting Pietà, which is conjunct the Sun, as well as Venus and Mars, which Venus represents female, Mars represents male. So, this could be either Mary and her son or Kobe and his daughter. Here we have Momba making an aspect to Church. Melancholia conjunct the Moon, exactly conjunct the Moon. What planet represents emotion? The Moon. Okay. Moon, the emotions. The Moon is emotion. Here we see emotions, and so I thought that was quite interesting. This is aspecting this over here, has that square aspect, that tension. Over here we see Bless conjunct Queens and the North Node. And this is right across from Saturn. Saturn's the planet that rules Capricorn, this symbol here meaning Capricorn. And it sort of looks like this cross stuck in the side of a hill right across from here. So, and this is almost like, the base of this cross configuration. This is not a astrological configuration here. I just thought that it was, it just really stuck out to me that this is, looks like a traditional Catholic cross. And I just thought that was, very interesting, given that Kobe was Catholic. So anyway, that concludes this video. By show of thumbs, do you agree with that which we call destiny, or is it simply too bizarre? Some things seem written in the stars. Thank you for watching.